Hello everyone, my name is Mathis Arundel, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I recently finished my Let's Play of Strangetown 40 Years in the Future, so I figured why not go through Strangetown and rank all of the pre-made Sims. There are a few Sims in this list here that I am not going to rank, like these Sims I'm guessing are ancestors. I think this is Glarn Curious, actually, so he might get ranked, I'm not sure. I might put him in somewhere. But for the most part, I'm just going to be going on about the pre-mades here. Maybe some of the townies, if there's any in here that I think are interesting, like Crystal Vu. But for the most part, we're just going to be talking about the pre-mades that are in the houses already. Now, how I'm going to be ranking these guys is not how much, how good they are, or, how good of a person they are, or how evil they are. It's mostly just how much fun I had playing them, and the stories that came out of them. So this is going to be subjective because not everybody had an experience the same way that I had with these Sims. So first to start off here, I'm going to have AJ. And now AJ, when you start off, he's really kind of boring because he's a loner. He's by himself. But he did end up marrying Lola, and they had quite a successful romance together. They both were in, I can't remember, I think they were in business together, something like that. Business or law. And they had a really happy marriage. They had they had 2 kids and have grandkids. And it's just, I think things went really well for AJ. But, that being said, he was very basic. The only interesting thing that I could say about AJ is that he married an alien. So I'm going to go ahead and put him in B. He wasn't bad or anything. There wasn't anything bad or special about him. Now, Chloe was very fun. Like, the entire singles household was very fun to play at the start. Chloe and Kristen here it was Chloe and Aaron did not like each other. They were always getting into fights, and eventually I had to get Aaron out of the household. Maybe it was Kristen. I don't know. It's been like 3 years. Probably both of them, actually. But then, Chloe was a romance sim. She was with, lots of guys in the town. She eventually got knocked up by Timothy Pye, and they had a kid together. Eventually they got married because my game is weird and buggy, and romance sims like getting married, apparently. So she was interesting to play. I'm going to go ahead and give her an A tier. Lola, I'm going to put right next to her husband. Basically the same thing. She's really nice. She's very career-focused. So it was fine. I like the connection between Lola and Chloe, but other than that, Aaron was fun at the very beginning when she was in the singles household, but after I had to get her out, after she met a guy named Waylon Menon, who is a townie, it kind of just stagnated. She moved into an apartment building with him, but they did have a kid together, Sangria, and I like Sangria a lot. Sangria is really cool, really pretty. I like everything about her. She's currently, actually, I think she got married to David Odamus. So I like Erin. I'm going to go ahead and put her in the B tier because there's nothing super exciting about her, other than just her daughter was really fun to play, and without Erin, I wouldn't have her daughter. Kristen is about the same as as Erin and Lola, except that something weird happened in my game. I believe in the base, very basic configuration for certain Sims, they be gay or bi or straight or whatever. And normally, Nervous is gay, but he ended up being attracted to Kristen, and then they ended up getting married. And it was this very fun story of, Nervous having nobody. Olive died, and Ophelia moved out to live with Johnny, and, the house is empty, so Olive left the house to Nervous. Nervous had no idea why. He still has no idea why the house was left to him. Obviously, it's because, she is his son and he just never knew it. But I had a lot of fun with that storyline, and very shortly before they became elders, Nervous and Kristen had a child, Nemo. Nemo lost, put on, like, Finding Nemo. So, I'm going to go ahead and put Kristen in A, just because I had a lot of fun. I don't know what to do with Bella, because I have not played with her at all in my Strangetown. She's just a townie that walks around. She's iconic, so I don't want to put her in D, but I just haven't played with her, and that's how I'm ranking these, and how I've had fun with The Sims. Buzz. Constantly in fistfights with Tank. Constantly in fistfights to the point where they were enemies, and I just had to break up fights all the time, and I was relieved when Buzz died, as awful as that sounds. I'm putting him in D tier. I did not enjoy having him in the house. The Grunt family became much more fun to play once Buzz died. Tank, though... Tank. Yeah, Tank. He kind of boring. He didn't do anything after Buzz died. He went to work. He got very far in the military career. I mean, he's still alive, so he can still go further. But I'm just gonna put him in the C. He's more fun to play than Bella. But I'm gonna put him in the B tier. He just didn't do anything. Rip was a lot of fun, though. He was a romance sim when he started out. I don't think he's a romance sim anymore. I think I had it changed because he had an epiphany in life. But he went to university. He went to university with a townie, a cashier, actually. Oh gosh, what was her first name? Fuchs is her last name. But they had a thing in university, and she ended up getting pregnant, and she never told Rip. And Rip has been with multiple women across Strangetown and my downtown. So he was fun. Like, I had some really fun storylines with him. I'm going to go ahead and give him an A tier. He's not as fun as Kristen or did I call her Chloe or Cleo? I don't know what I've been calling her. Buck's been alright. I'm actually just going to remove Bella because she's just not in the equation at all. Because I'm going to put Buck in the C tier. He's been alright. I made him a fortune sim because that's what I thought matched with his personality. And he's done that. He has a fitness business, because it fits with the grunt theme. He's not into military, but he's into fitness. He has he is not into fitness. But he has a business where people can go to the gym and they pay him money. But other than that, he's just kind of a meh. Cersei and Loki, they've been alright. Things didn't really play out very well, interestingly for them. I really kind of wanted Loki to get abducted by aliens and them have an alien child. That never really happened. Cersei, I never actually thought was going to have children, and then, boom, she had 3 children, in rapid succession. I can't speak. And there have been fun with the children. The children are really cool. They have a son named Balder Beaker, who has probably the most interesting storyline in my Strangetown save. So without these two, there would be no Balder. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a B, because they have been fun with that instance. Nervous, I'm going to go ahead and give an A. Same thing with Kristen, their storyline together. Him finding out that he has this house, somehow he has inherited this house. Him, finding Kristen at the end. Him being... He got really far in the military career, really far. It was really interesting to see how far he got. I just had a lot of fun. Olive dies, right away. I'm giving her a D tier because you don't do anything with her. Her lore is fantastic. Her, all of Spectre is probably the most lore-rich sim in Strangetown, and I love that. But to play her, nothing happens. She just dies. But Ophelia, I feel like was really cool. She married Johnny, and they had kids, but she is a family sim, and she's just kind of basic. I'm gonna give her a C. I might do the same with Johnny. Their storyline is so entwined. They didn't even have anything with Rip at the end. Not the end. They're still adults. They're not even elders. They kind of fell out of touch. I think Rip came over a few times in the episode that I released, but Paul, again, it's kind of the same thing with Olive, in that he is so close to death at the end. Obviously he has a few more days than her, but I'm just gonna give him a C. Jenny, I had a lot of fun with fulfilling her her grandkid wants, because Johnny and Ophelia had a few kids, and those kids are now having kids of their own, and she was alive through most of that. I think she did. I can't remember if she met her great-grandchild or not, but she lasted a long time. She lived quite a while. I'm going to go give her a B because that was fun. Jill has been really fun. She married Gavin Newson? The oldest of the Newson boys. She married him. She has a business of her own. She has an arcade, which is really cool. And I've just had fun playing her. She doesn't really feel connected to the Smith family at all at this point, but she's just been fun. I'm going to go ahead and put her right next to her mom. We're at the Curious Brothers now. Pascal, I am going to put in the A tier. He was a lot of fun to play. I felt like he held the family together. He absolutely held the family together, because it was chaotic the entire time I played them. And then his Tycho, who in my game is a Gabriella, is really, really cool. She married Elaine something. She was a townie, another cashier, I believe. So I'm going to put my Gabriella, Tycho, up in A tier, because she has been so much fun to play. She has... Gabriella's wife played such a huge part, especially in the episode that I recorded where Vidkun died, because she was fighting Vidkun at every second that she could get. So Vidkun was a lot of fun. I'm going to put him in A. Laszlo is another really sad storyline in my game. Or is a sad storyline in my game. Probably the saddest storyline, in that he had a son, an alien son. Strangely, Vidkun never got alien abduction, but Laszlo did. And I'm trying to remember the son's name. It was like Tyler or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they ended up getting in a fire in the kitchen, and there was no fire alarm, apparently. I never got one. There's not one to start with. And both Laszlo and his son died in the fire. So I'm going to put him in C. No, I'm going to put him in B because he didn't last as long, and he has a really cool story. But then, in memory of Laszlo, my Gabriella had a son, and then they named him Laszlorio in honor of her uncle and the baby's great uncle. And I mean, he's the Grim Reaper. He's got to go in the S tier. I really do like the storyline. Obviously, I'm not going to rank him because I didn't play him. I really do like the storyline between Olive and the Grim Reaper, resulting in Nervous, and that being why his personality is so messed up. But obviously, you just never played him. And Crystal Vu, she did have a thing with Vidkund. They did have a thing. Nothing ever came of it. Vidkund actually started a thing with Rip's Fling, the one that he had a kid with, and then Vidkund and why can't I remember her name? It's on the top of my head. On the top of my tongue. Top of my head, tip of my tongue. There we go. But yeah, I'm not gonna rank her because she never actually moved in. I have her as an elder. Because I aged the Sims up with the other Sims, so she probably is gonna die soon if I go back and play Strangetown. But really, that's it. It's weird that I don't have any Sims in S tier. I guess if I was gonna have any Sims in S tier, it would be Nervous and Kristen. Maybe Gabriella. Gabriella's probably one of my favorite Sims in the town. But that's all I'm really gonna rank. I feel like I'm missing some. It really feels like I'm missing some. Glarn, I'm gonna make a mention because he did influence the gameplay. Chloe's son had twins, and I named one of them Glam because I misread Glarn because the R and the N together look so much like an M. So there is technically a Sim named after him in the town. But yeah, that is my ranking. I might do other rankings in the future if this one is received well. Let me know what you guys think of this, because remember, this is based off of my gameplay experience with them. So it's not like based off of how much I like him. If it was based off of how much I like them, Olive would be up in S rank. But because, she just has no gameplay, there's not much to her. But again, thank you so much for watching, and let me know your own rankings if you want to. Hey there, thank you for watching till the end of the video. It means a lot to me. If you enjoyed the video, if you would consider leaving a like down there, and if you want to see some more from me, maybe consider subscribing. I'm going to be playing a variety of games on this channel, but mostly The Sims on Fridays, but Mondays, I'm going to be playing whatever I feel like at the time. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.